I'm going to show you how to take the head off of My Little Pony, since it gets asked a lot. First you need a pony. A good way of telling whether you need to take their head off is if you can see rust on their tail holes. That means you need to get that metal washer that holds their tails in place out. So it shows up better on ponies that are lighter, but you learn what to look for. Now, most G1 My Little Ponies, their heads don't turn. They are glued on. Because they're fairly old, it'll be varied degrees, as in this one. He opens up most of the way around, but he's stuck here. Whereas this one, she's still quite a bit stronger stuck on. Now, I know some collectors do not like removing their heads at all because they feel that it makes the ponies worth less. Like, not worth as much money, not worthless. I prefer to get the rust out. So what you need to get the rust out is a pony who needs to have their head taken off for whatever reason, generally to remove tail rust. Then you need boiling or extremely hot water, and then you need something to pry with. This is one of those little sticks that you use on your nails, or a nail file. I never use anything sharp. Some people will use a craft knife, but I won't because I don't want to damage my ponies by accident. So what you do to your pony is, my phone is not in the right place to see this now. Okay, you get this, and yeah, you dunk your ponies. It seems kind of barbaric, but that's what you do. You need to get their neck seam under the water. This will work better with both of them in there. What you're trying to do here now is the heat of the water will help to loosen the glue. So you leave them in their hot bath for 2 to 5 minutes. So I'll do that now, and I'll come back when they should be a bit softer. Okay, so now my ponies have been soaking for approximately 5 minutes. Take them out of the water. Be very, very careful because they are wet and they are hot. So I just use like a hand towel just to sort of dry them off a little bit, because there can also be water trapped inside your pony, so you have to be very careful because that water is really hot. But as you can, I don't know if you could tell by the video, he is extremely soft now, which is what you want. He's still glued, but it should be a lot easier, and you just carefully prise and pull. And sometimes it is easy if part of the neck comes out on the other side. Oh no, he's really dirty inside. And you just have to be careful where it's still connected because there's glue in there. And you just carefully pull away at it. You don't want to be too rough because you don't want to damage the actual pony itself. He's coming apart fairly well. Some ponies tend to be easier than others. There we go. He's come apart. I've not damaged his neck hole. It's all smooth. He is absolutely filthy on the inside. This is why you remove these, the tail washers, because that's just rust and muck. It's going to make him look dirty from the outside. No matter how clean you get them on the outside, if they are like this on the inside, they're not ever going to be properly cleaned. So that's why you do this. And now his sister, I actually did not know until very recently that that Noodles, which is apparently the blue twin, is actually a boy. It says on the back card that Noodles is Doodles. This is Doodles' baby brother. I probably would have called the blue one Doodles and the pink one Noodles, but what do I know, right? So if you remember, hers was a bit more attached when I started, but the glue has softened her up nicely, and we're pulling apart better on this side. If you need to, you can get your little prizey stick and just, I really need to get better at directions on phones, right? You just carefully put it in between the two. I prefer to try to pull them with my hands. See, now she's having a little bit of hot water leaking out of her. And just gently, it doesn't look gentle, it feels horrible, you're ripping the head off a baby pony. It will depend on the pony. Some of them are, it's much harder to do this with. I find that the boy ponies are made out of a harder plastic to start with. Now she's been much more resistant. She doesn't want her head to come off at all. It's made her whole body very squishy because of the heat. That's okay, because she'll go back to normal once she cools down. Oh, she's definitely doesn't want to come apart. So I need the phone to be like over my shoulder so you can really see what I'm doing here. Just getting the stick, getting the pointy end, just pushing it down on the parts where it's still very glued. I might have to dunk her back in the water for a little while because she really doesn't want to come apart. She's glued quite well. You can also do the same with the nail file. Just want to be gentle and careful, because if you go too hard on there you can damage the neck plug. And she's not coming, so she goes back into the hot water for a while. So I'm trying to get her to balance so her head's under the water. Yes, drown your ponies. Yeah, I'll put something on top of her. There we go. That will hold her under. So anyway, while we're here, pair of needle nose pliers. It helps if you push on the bum to push it in as far as you can. Then you get your needle nose pliers in there. You grab a hold of the tail and pull it out. He's dribbling water everywhere and flicking. This here is your problem. These tail washers were to keep the tail fixed inside, but unfortunately they are made out of material that rusts. Now you might think that your tail here is completely ruined. It isn't. There's a little metal clip in the middle. That there doesn't actually rust. It might have some rust on it, but you'll be able to scrub that away. This tail is not ruined. You can scrub the stain of this out. Whitening toothpaste actually works quite well, and you just wash it and wash it, or you could just make a new tail. I probably will not bother making him a new tail. This one's a bit frizzy, but it should be able to be worked on. So yes, not all is lost. You can fix this, and yeah, then cleaning the inside of him is easy as warm water, small toothbrush, scrub like mad, and then you might want to put some dish soap in the water, scrub a bit more, and basically keep scrubbing away until you've gotten all this gross stuff inside out. And that's how you take a head off of My Little Pony. And sorry, putting it back in is just a matter of you twist and push and twist and push, and the head will pop back in. Then if you decide that you don't want a pony whose head can turn, you can put a little bit of glue in that seam yourself. I use a flexible PVA type glue as opposed to super glue, because super glue can damage the vinyl. It makes it go sort of crunchy and gross. And hopefully that was helpful.